After you lose, or when you get knocked down, stay down there for a minute. Understand why you lost. What were the reasons? Why are you down here? Why did you lose? Why did you get knocked down? Because if you just jump right back up, you're gonna lose again and again, and you continue gonna lose the same way. So every time I lost, I stayed down for a second, minutes, hours, days, weeks. But when I stood up, I was different.
If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline, because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote. And if you can do that, you could be successful in anything.
You know, you normally are.
Jamie Foxx said this. I watched this interview. He said he was playing the piano with Ray Charles one time, and he hits the wrong key. Ray Charles was like, oh, what would you do that for, right? Mm-hmm. And Jamie's like, my bad, Ray, I was just vibing. I was just in the mood. And Ray Charles said to Jamie Foxx, all the keys are underneath your fingers. Take the time to play the right note. Take the time to say the right word. Because you have it. People just rush through it. People rush through life. Take the time to respond to the person properly. Take the time to play the right note.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
We've all been in situations where we thought somebody was a certain way, and then a year later or a few months later we discover a whole other side to their personality, and it's not good, and we're surprised and we're disappointed, and we tend to blame them as if they were fooling us. People leave traces of who they are. You're just not picking up the signs. Nobody ever does anything once. If somebody has done a bad deed, or you see them mistreating somebody else, and then they'll come back and say, oh, it just came over me. This happened once. That's not who I am. You'll believe them. You should not ever believe them. You should realize that people have patterns. When they do something bad, they probably have done it before and will do it again.
People don't like it. So many people I talked to at that time for Alipay, they say, this is the stupidest idea you have ever got. But I say, I don't wear the stupid or clever, as long as people use it. Now we have 800 million people using this Alipay.
There's a company here in Washington called Geico, you know, and I first got exposed to that in 1950. I was 20 years, I was 19 years old, well, it was 51, I'm sorry. I was 20 years old, and I came down here, and I came down on a Saturday because I'd learned that my professor who I worshiped at Columbia named Ben Graham was the chairman. I got down here and the door was locked. When I went to the building, because it was Saturday, and I pounded on the door, and some janitor let me in, and a marvelous fellow named Lorimer Davidson spent 4 hours with me teaching me all about insurance, and he helped me so much in life. You're gonna get help by some wonderful people in life. It's a great thing to remember later on when you get to be my age, that, you know, all the help you've received from different people, because nobody does it alone. Obama got in trouble when he said that in the campaign, that, you know, nobody does it by themselves. Nobody does do it by themselves. We all sit in the shade of trees that were planted by others.
Applied jobs for 30 times, got rejected. I went for a police, they said, no, you're not good. I went to even the KFC. When KFC came to China, come to my city, 24 people went for the job. 23 people were accepted. I was the only one guy. And we went for police. 5 people, 4 of them accepted. I was the only guy that I received it. So to me, being turned down, rejected. Oh, by the way, I told you that I applied for Harvard for 10 times rejected.